Welcome back, Truth Seeker. A lot of new people here, and a lot of people with the same question. Why are World Elite using a code of letters and numbers to perform rituals? And the short answer is they're doing this because they want to play God. And the reason to use letters and numbers in playing God is because of Kabbalah. Again, that term, the Cabal, meaning the secret political faction, comes from Kabbalah. And Kabbalah has the core belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. That's the first paragraph in the Book of Formation, a very special text to Kabbalah. So, to begin to understand why the English alphabet is 26 letters, you have to start with the four-letter name of God. In Hebrew, the four-letter name of God translates to this value that you see on the screen. And if you're not aware, in Hebrew, where the original code of letters and numbers comes from, every letter in the Hebrew alphabet is also a number. And this code from Hebrew was transferred to Greek. The code of letters and numbers in Greek is known as isopsophy, whereas in Hebrew it's known as Gematria or Gematria. This code was also transferred into Latin. It's likely been transferred into many languages. It's most definitely a part of English. And let's start right here with the Hebrew word for the four-letter name of God as you see on the screen. Its numerical value in Hebrew is 26. Using the Hebrew alphabet, where you read from right to left, the first letter in the name of God is Yod. The first letter in the four-letter name of God is Yod, spelled Y-O-D. That's the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Yod. And it's not an accident that it sounds almost the exact same as God. So you have the 10th letter, the third letter, the 10th letter again, the third letter, using the Hebrew alphabetic order for the name, the four-letter name of God, which comes from the Old Testament. Now, in English, there's a cipher where you flip the alphabetic order around, essentially going from right to left, like how you read Hebrew, and you use the rules of numerology. And when you use the rules of numerology, what becomes the 19th letter in the alphabetic order when read from right to left is H. And 19 in numerology becomes 1 plus 9 equals 10, and then 1 plus 0 equals 1. Well, when you compress the alphabet a single time, every letter shrinks to a single digit except for H, the 19th letter, which becomes 10. And when you sum the four-letter name of God using this cipher, going right to left like Hebrew, and acknowledging the significance of 10, the four-letter name of God also sums to 26. Now remember, in Hebrew, the four-letter name of God is the 10th letter, the third letter, the 10th letter, the third letter. 3. And think about how we spell God, with 3 letters. The word God with the alphabetic order is G, the 7th letter, O, the 15th letter, D, the 4th. God equals 26. In the 4 base ciphers, God sums to 26 as we covered. Also 17, which is the 7th prime number. The first letter in the name of God is G, the 7th letter. God who created the world in 7 days from the same place that the four-letter name of God comes from, the Old Testament. Notice also God sums to 55. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci number. 55, the 10th Fibonacci number. Those are the numbers that are said to be part of God's mathematical spiral, part of the Fibonacci sequence, part of the sequence that is phi, the golden ratio. 55, again, the 10th Fibonacci number. The other thing about 55 and 10 is that if you count 1 through 10 together, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, all the way up to plus 10, it equals 55. meaning that 55 is the 10th triangular number. And on this calculator, if you click on it, it'll tell you 55 is the 10th Fibonacci, it's the 10th triangular. And further, when you just flip the alphabetic order around and you don't use the exceptions for H, God also sums to 10. Now again, in Hebrew, the four-letter name of God begins with the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Yod. See how this is? You see how well thought out this is? So, significant code, well thought out English alphabet. And again, the English alphabet is 26 letters. When you write out the word letter, it has gematria of 26, When you write out the word rest, it has gematria of 17, like God in that cipher, where 17 is the 7th prime and God rested on the 7th day. So, want to come back to Hebrew. The other important name for God from the Old Testament that goes hand in hand with the four-letter name of God is Elohim. And the Hebrew numerical value of Elohim is 47. Elohim equals 47. In Freemasonry, you have to believe in God. And this code of letters and numbers is old occult knowledge that is very relevant to Freemasonry. In Morals and Dogma, what's considered the Freemason Bible, it says that all thanks for Freemasonry goes to Kabbalah. Freemason logo, the compass set at 47 degrees, a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation for a structure. Foundation 47. But this is the thing about the numbers 4 and 7 in light of God. We have the four-letter name of God and the four-letter name of God who created the earth in 7 days. And beyond that, there's also this mathematical relationship with 4 and 7. The number 4. Consider the 4th book of the Bible is titled Numbers. Numbers, the 4th book. If you take the number 4 and you take what divides into it, the numbers 1, 2, and 4, and add them together, they sum to 7. Further, 7 is the 4th prime number. Prime numbers show strength. They cannot be divided. 7 and 4, they have a mathematical relationship. This is why these numbers are attributed to God. This is why these numbers are used so often in Masonic rituals, again and again and again. It's why in Washington, D.C., where the Freemason headquarters are, everything is 47. In case you're new here, Washington, D.C. was laid out by a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, L'Enfant. He was from France, nation with a lot of Masonic history. France with the alphabetic order is 47. He designed D.C. When you flip the alphabetic order around, D.C. is 47. The word government in the base ciphers, 47. The word authority, 47. The word White House, 47. The word president, 47. The word Caesar, 47. The name Trump, 47. He was in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel the night of the election. Republican, 47. They came out of the Whig Party, Whig, 47. Democrat, 47. Very special number. The cornerstone for DC was laid on a date with 47 numerology. The birthday of the United States of America, this English-speaking nation, this Masonic nation, it's the 4th day of the 7th month, 47. Again, in Freemason, you have to believe in God. Freemasonry, you learn about knowledge that most of the world has no clue about, things forgotten in the past. So, this is why these people use this code. They are playing God by using this code. Kabbalah has 2 halves. One half is about understanding God and spiritual ascension. The other half is about using this knowledge to hurt people, to rule over people. And it's not hard to understand which half they're going after. You know? That evil half, I always forget how to pronounce the word. It's in my book. The spelling of that word has gematria of 666. 666. And Revelation 13:18 from the Bible. You know, the person with wisdom will know how to calculate the number of the beast. Show you something else about the New World Order and number of the beast. If you write out New World Order, gematria of 174. If you write out number of the beast, 174. We just saw George Herbert Walker Bush lose his wife Barbara Bush earlier this year. George Herbert Walker Bush gave the speech about the New World Order on September 11th, 1990, 11 years to the day of the attack on September 11th, 2001. And after he talked about the New World Order, he talked about a world freer of terrorism, speaking in opposites, like the world elite do, as is explained in the book 1984. You know, September 11th made the world a lot more chaotic, a lot more terrorism. And George Herbert Walker Bush knew when he was speaking that day that that is what would happen. But anyway, he lost his wife April 17th. 17/4 like 174. She died 52 days before her birthday. NWO, the abbreviation for New World Order, 52. Notice in the base ciphers, president's also 52. Government's also 52. Authorities also 52. White House is also 52. Here's what else is 52. The Cabal. That nickname for the secret political faction. Kabbalah, 52. Gematria, 52. Kabbalah is based on the tree of life, 52. The Jewish word for it is Etz HaChaim, 52. This is their code. This is their knowledge that they use. They didn't create it, but they've taken it. And they're using it in a very abusive way. And the proof that they're using it is what happens every single day in the news, the actions by the government, and everything else that I've exposed since 2013. So, you know, for those of you who are asking the question, my other piece of advice is please pick up my book, Letters and Numbers. It released earlier this year. Explains everything I taught in this video, plus a million more things. Also, before asking questions in videos, do me the favor of watching the video that I took the time to make. A lot of the times when you guys ask these questions, I think, man, if they would have just finished watching the video, I explained how this code comes from Kabbalah, and these people are using it to play God instead of ascend and understand the world as it was intended. So, read, patience, listening. Other important qualities to have besides knowing gematria. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.